What's up, everyone? This is your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How's everyone doing today? I'm sore. It's cold, so my bones are aching. Yeah. Make sure you follow me at rumble.com/withghosts. Best way to find me and when I'm alive and everything like that. Even better is to follow me on X at officialwghost on X. Sorry, tired. That's the best way to find me or follow me. That's the best place actually to really follow me because you can see when I go live and everything. All right, hold on. Yeah, so that's where you find me going live. Oh man, my back is killing me. Like I said, rumble.com/withghosts. Oh, sorry. So, like I said, rumble.com/withghosts. That is also a good place to find me. Twitch.tv/officialwithghosts. Another good place. YouTube, of course. But yeah, follow me on X for sure. It's the best way to find me. All right. So today, Slavery is back, apparently. Apparently, yeah, a couple women have had gotten a few migrants into their houses, and now they're using them as chefs and helpers. And yes, the migrants are black, it appears. I haven't watched this, so we'll watch it together, and hear my thoughts. And then we got two bombshell reports. One about Trump, and it appears that the CIA were the masterminds of the Russian collusion hoax. So we'll check that out. It's just a little news thing, so nothing too big. And then we got a statement from Hunter Biden's former business associate, Tony Bablunski, saying Joe Biden had enabled his son to sell access to the United States. His most dangerous adversaries included the China, Russia, and more. So we'll see. But that's apparently a bombshell. And then Republicans have impeached Alejandro Mayorkas, the Secretary of Homeland Security, the Homeland Security Secretary. And it's the first time sorry. Tired as well. This is the first time a cabinet member has been impeached in, I guess, 150 years. So, fucking crazy. And then the Biden admin diverts veteran affairs resources to illegal immigrants. President is refusing to take a cognitive test as part of his physical. And finally, we're going to look at this story of a 19-year-old who was arrested in Florida and is now facing charges of felony criminal mischief and reckless driving after driving over a street mural that's Pride. This is in Florida, so all that talk. Florida's so great. Apparently not. All right, so let's get to it, shall we? Oh, it's so cold.
Story you'll only see here on NBC 10 Boston. A migrant family from Haiti is sharing their experience. They're searching for shelter in the Boston area and then recently found a host home in Brookline. And now they're looking for jobs. As NBC 10's Aaron Logan reports, they say these last few weeks have been life-changing.
And it's been an emotional few weeks for Wildande Joseph and her husband. First, sleeping on the floor at Logan Airport. Then in Children's Hospital with their 2-year-old daughter who got very sick.
Es muy difícil este tiempo.
She felt bad, as any mother would. Now things are looking much brighter as they've been welcomed into Lisa Hillenbrand's Brookline apartment.
Tu niña es muy alegre ahora.
Sí, muy alegre. Cuando se levanta en la mañana, se dice, "Ay, Lisa."
She says her daughter is very happy. When she wakes up in the morning, she says, "Hi, Lisa," and everyone starts the day smiling.
It's a delight, and it's really fun having them. What I realized is there's so much prejudice against refugees, mostly because people don't know them.
Lisa says she feels like she has her own personal chef, as Wildande loves cooking.
¿Te gusta la ocupación?
Sí.
Sí.
In fact, her goal is to open up her own restaurant.
Quiero tener mi propio restaurante.
The couple has their work permits and they've been taking English classes.
Yo cualquier trabajo va a hacer para guardar mi dinero para hacer mi futuro.
They're open to work anywhere to save money for their future. In the meantime, they're enjoying their time with Lisa, their new friend for life, and their daughter's new grandmother.
Se abuela mi niña. Sí.
They are hardworking. They want to learn. They want to be successful. And I feel great helping, and I get to understand the refugee crisis from the inside.
Lisa says she's so impressed by the number of people she's met right here at Brookline Town Hall meetings who've been stepping up and hosting families. She's hopeful more will do the same in the coming days and weeks. In Brookline, Aaron Logan, NBC 10 Boston.
All right, the need for more migrant shelters in Massachusetts is something we've been following really closely. You can find more information about this and find out how you can actually help on our website, NBC10Boston.com.
Oh, that's funny. They can't really they couldn't have really done this and really thought, yeah, this is gonna be fine. It's not gonna look weird. Hold on. Okay, sorry. But yeah, that's not gonna look. That's not sus at all. Like, oh yeah, I got my own personal chef and helpers. Oh yeah, we just got a couple of black people serving us and shit. That's just weird. It's really funny. Oh, all right. Let's move on. That is, that was just a funny little thing. Being tongue in cheek, obviously, it's not real slavery. Although, are they paying them? Are they paying them for her or chefing and they're helping out? Are they paying him? I don't think they are. So maybe it is slavery. Who knows? All right, so let's listen to this breaking report.
This is a Fox News alert. Brand new details about how Obama's CIA targeted Trump and started the entire Russia hoax. For years, we were told that tips from an Australian diplomat tipped off the FBI after a random conversation with Papadopoulos, a no-name 20-something. But according to new reporting by Michael Schellenberger and Matt Taibbi, the whole thing was a CIA setup. Former CIA Director John Brennan identified 26 Trump associates to be targeted by the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance, and then those interactions were the targets and were targeted by the FBI as suspicious. And that's how the FBI launched the Russia collusion hoax. The details of this entire operation have been stored in a top secret binder in a secret room in Washington. Trump ordered the whole thing declassified, and now the rumor is that the binder might be missing.
So interesting. So apparently there's evidence out there that is showing that the CIA, shocking, is behind all the whole Trump collusion group. It's interesting. And I saw things on Twitter. They're saying like, oh, this is why the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, really. They wanted to get this document back. Which, who knows, might be the case. That might very well be the case. Who knows? So we'll keep looking. It's kind of crazy that, evidence is appearing of CIA masterminding the entire Russian collusion thing. It's kind of crazy, honestly. And it kind of shows, more and more like how corrupt Obama is. First, he used the IRS to target dissidents, had them audited and whatnot. Now this, it's interesting. But Obama was such a great president, guys. Oh, so two people are coming up. Sorry, I'm so goddamn tired. Two people coming out. CIA, people are like, hey, yeah, this is what happened. It's interesting. And yeah, so all this is apparently stored in some binder. That binder's missing. And then I saw tweets. It's like, oh, that's why they raided Mar-a-Lago, was to try and see if Trump had the binder. It'd be very interesting. I wonder where the binder went. Oh, my legs. Sorry, guys. I'm really exhausted today. All right. So this is the opening statement of Anthony. Anthony Bobolinsky. Before his so this is his opening statement. Transcribed interview before the Committee on Oversight and Accountability, House State of Representatives Committee on the Judiciary, United States House of Representatives, February 13, 2024. So yesterday. So this was yesterday. Chairman, ranking members, and members of of Congress. Thank you for this opportunity to speak with you. I'm happy that the American people will finally hear the facts and evidence that I have been trying to outline for over 4 years, all backed up and supported by emails, texts, documents, recordings, pictures, and other evidence. The facts we are going to discuss today are important for America's national security, and I can only hope that everyone in this room and all representatives and officers of the U.S. government take them seriously. My name is Tony Bobulinski. I am a proud American citizen who has honorably served the United States in several capacities. For over 6 years, I was an officer in the United States Navy Elite Naval Nuclear Power Training Command as a decorated Master Training Specialist Instructor. I later served as the command's Chief Technology Officer, where I held a Q security clearance, sorry. From the Department of Energy and from the National Security Agency. When I left NNPDC, I was the #1 ranked direct input officer, DIO, in the entire command in my final Navy fitness report, or FitRep. I am here today out of duty to God and country in a nonpartisan manner, with only one party in mind, the party I served with honor and gratitude, the United States of America. While I have made a few campaign contributions over the years to Democrats such as Congressman Roe Cohan, a member of the Oversight Committee, I'm not a political person. I come from a family with a long history of distinguished service in our nation's military. I grew up the son of a career naval officer, Commander Robert Bobulinski, whom I love dearly. I could not be prouder of my father's long and distinguished service in our great nation. His father, Alexander Bobulinski, served our country in the Air Force for 4 years. I am also the grandson of Army Intelligence Officer Colonel Fred B. Keller Jr., who for more than 37 years fearlessly defended the United States all over the world and served in 3 different wars. My own brother, retired Commander Mike Bobulinski, is a 28-year combat serving naval flight officer, and my only sister, Stacy Bobulinski, has spent the last 18 years serving U.S. military vets across the country through the Veterans Administration to demonstrate her and our family's gratitude to everyone who has risked their lives defending America. I share my extensive U.S. military roots and background with you because they are the lenses through which I view this exceptional country and my responsibility to it. My deep commitment to America is also the reason I have elected to place myself and my family in the public eye to tell the truth before you today. And it comes at great cost to my privacy and my personal security and that of my family, among other things. However, I am happy to pay that cost. I am blessed to have been born and to grow up in the greatest country on earth. I take that seriously. I have been to over 50 countries around the world. I say that with the highest confidence. For nearly 4 years, I have tried to tell the American people the truth about serious corruption at the very top of their government. In return, I have been falsely accused of being a purveyor of Russian disinformation and a political surrogate. My continuous efforts to inform the American people of the facts have been actively suppressed by both the United States government and the so-called mainstream media. I want to be crystal clear. From my direct personal experience and what I have subsequently come to learn, it's clear to me that Joe Biden was the brand being sold by the Biden family. His family's foreign influence peddling operations from China to Ukraine and elsewhere sold out to foreign actors who were seeking to gain influence and access to Joe Biden and the United States government. Joe Biden has more than participated in and beneficiary of his family business. He was also an enabler, despite being buffered by a complex scheme to maintain plausible deniability. The only reason any of this international business transactions took place with tens of millions of dollars flowing directly to the Biden family was because Joe Biden was in the high office. The Biden family business was Joe Biden, period. Other key players made this point very clear as well. Hunter Biden himself has adamantly stated in various communications, as did other Biden family members. Family business associate Devin Archer in his testimony last year. Foreign nationals on the other side of these transactions included for China, Ukraine, and Romania have also explained how and why these transactions took place. Once again, I would call call that extensive evidence. The Chinese Communist Party, through its surrogate China Energy Company Limited, or CEFC, a CCPP linked Chinese energy conglomerate, successfully sought to infiltrate and compromise Joe Biden and the Obama-Biden White House. This process started in the fourth quarter of 2015, continued through when Joe Biden left office in January 2017 to March of 2018, when CEFC chairman Yi was detained for corruption in China, never to be seen again. Note that on October 21st, 2015, Joe Biden announced that he would not seek the presidency in 2016. It's not a coincidence that the CEFC aggressively approach the Biden family happened. Aggressive approach to the Biden family happened around the same time. It is also a coincidence that the CEFC used the Biden family's weakest link, Hunter Biden, and the promise of large sums of money to tune of tens of millions, of dollars initially, and eventually the profit from investing billions of dollars in the United States around the world. Before we begin this in-depth testimony under penalty of perjury charges and charges of obstruction of Congress, I would like to highlight a few critical important facts. Number one, Joe Biden was aware of the CEFC transactions, enabled it, and had a constitutional responsibility and obligation to the American people to shut it down before it began. This is because the CEFC had been identified as a known surrogate of the Chinese Communist Party by the U.S. government and prosecutors in the Southern District of New York as far back as 2016, possibly earlier. I would encourage Congress to gather all the exact facts and dates. It is clear to me that the alarm bells should have been going off in the Obama-Biden White House, and that Joe Biden should have been aware that his own administration had red flagged CEFC as a tool of the Chinese Communist Party. This should have made any business transaction with CEFC a non-starter. Yeah, Lord, this guy's gonna talk. I personally met Joe Biden in Los Angeles in May of 2017 multiple times to discuss the broad contours of our business dealings. The only reason Joe Biden met with me privately during the Milken Institute Global Conference and seated me at his head table was because I was a business associate of the Biden family. 2, Joe Biden immediate family members were enriched to the tune of tens of millions of dollars from some of our most dangerous adversaries, including Chinese Communist Party and players from Russia, Ukraine, Romania, Kazakhstan, and other foreign national entities. It is my educated belief, dating back to Q clearance briefings I received in the Navy, and continued through the recent discussions with experts, that under constitutional corruption laws, political office holders can be held responsible as the immediate family members who are receiving money directly. This makes common sense, and Americans understand this. The fact that we're going to discuss today appears to me to present disturbing. The facts we are going to discuss today appear to me to present disturbing evidence, which these committees should thoroughly investigate with respect to possible violations by Joe Biden of the Foreign Agent Registration Act (FARA), Anti-Corruption and Public Integrity Statutes, and the Foreign Corrupt Practice Act (FCPA), and the Racketeer Influence and Corruption Act (RICO). 3, the Biden family, Joe Biden's son Hunter and his brother Jim knowingly and aggressively defrauded me as the CEO of Sino Hawking Holdings and as member of the One Dia Holdings LLC at the end of 2017. They put Joe Biden and the rest of the Biden family smack in the middle of a $9 million transaction between Russia and China involving Qatar, specifically the Qatar Investment Authority, and helped CEFC navigate through the various issues before Patrick Ho, a CEFC executive, was arrested for corruption in New York in November 2017. Joe Biden's status as head of the family served as an enforcement role. For example, when Hunter stated deliberately that his father was sitting right next to him while demanding immediate payment of the $10 million CEFC had committed to the Biden family, as well as when Hunter demanded CEFC to circumvent Sino Hawking Holdings, the Biden family violated their fiscal duties to Sino Hawk and Oneida as they enriched themselves at the CEFC's trough. 4. Dear Lord. United States law enforcement appear to have been singularly unwilling to speak with me or hear the facts we will be discussing today. I've never been contacted to provide testimony nor asked to speak with anyone connected with Joe Biden's administration, including his Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the Internal Revenue Service, or local law enforcement. That includes Attorney General David Weiss for the District of Delaware and any of the several grand juries I now know were conveyed after my name became publicly known. On October 23rd, 2020, I voluntarily walked into the Washington field office of the FBI with several phone numbers containing years of encrypted communications between me and numerous members of the Biden family and their associates. That conversation was subject to false statement statutes, lasted many hours, and were never followed up upon by anyone in the government or law enforcement in any way. Rather, when the U.S. Ways and Means Committee recently released the FBI 302 report of that meeting, Hunter Biden's lawyers laughingly tried to use a single note-taking error by a junior FBI agent to accuse me falsely or of lying about my attendance at a meeting with Hunter Biden and CEFC in Miami. I was crystal clear to the agent in my interview that I was physically in Miami during the time of the other things and did not attend the actual CEFC meeting. Hunter Biden's lawyers should focus their energy on the facts and the extensive indictments Hunter is fighting versus creating smokescreen and distracting with their empty threats. I have only told the truth. I continue to tell the truth. I have the facts, and we will discuss them today. I also have the receipts to back them up. I sit here before two of the premier committees of Congress, Oversight and Judiciary. I implore each and every one of you to remove your partisan hats today and focus on one party, the United States. I hope your focus will be on a thorough and extensive investigation and exposure of all the facts and evidence, and on answering the questions of how we as a country allowed the White House to be infiltrated by our most existential adversary, the Chinese Communist Party. I also hope we will hold the complicit parties, including Joe Biden, accountable for their actions, and will enact new laws that prevent this kind of deep corruption from ever happening again. God bless America. I'm ready for your questions. Well, there you go. God damn, that was a mouthful. So that was that guy's statement. I don't know. Hopefully he does have what he says he has. He has the receipts. Now, I say even if we have the receipts, I say even after we have the receipts, I doubt anything's really going to happen here. As much as I would like it, don't get me wrong, totally would love it, but I doubt anything's going to happen. Nothing's ever going to happen to that Biden guy. It is what it is. What can you do at this point? But if what he says is true and what he alleges and he has the receipts, it's kind of damning for the Biden family, right? kind of proven what we've been saying all along, and that would be very interesting. I would like to know how his testimony turned out. Maybe I'll check it out and we'll watch it tomorrow if I can find it. I have no idea. I just know all these fucking like any congressional hearing is boring. So we'll see if they actually camered it. They probably didn't. Probably didn't. They should though. Any meeting should be any meeting that the Congress conducts should be televised and streamed. Same with any court thing. Should be televised. All right. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll try and keep a lookout on this, but no guarantees here. All right. House Republicans. So this just happened yesterday. House Republicans on Tuesday night muscled through a vote to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over his handling of the border, exactly 1 week after their first failed attempt to impeach him collapsed spectacularly on the floor. The vote was 214 to 213. It was very close. So, it doesn't really matter because he's not going to be impeached by the Senate. And that's where it really needs, because the Congress or House impeached and then the Senate tries them, and it's not going to happen. So this was just a useless political stunt. Mayorkas is just the second cabinet secretary in U.S. history to be impeached, and the first in nearly 150 years. From his first day in office, Secretary Mayorkas has willfully and consistently refused to comply with federal immigration law, fueling the worst border catastrophe in American history. Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican LA, said in a statement, he has undermined public trust through multiple false statements to Congress, obstructed lawful oversight of the Department of Homeland Security, and violated his oath of office. Since this secretary refused to do the job that the Senate confirmed him to do, the House must act, Johnson continued. President Joe Biden blasted House Republicans immediately after the vote. History will not look kindly on House Republicans for their blatant act of unconstitutional partisanship, and it's targeted an honorable public servant in order to play petty political games. Isn't that what they're doing with Trump? They're playing petty political games and targeting a rival to Joe Biden. You can't complain when your administration is doing the same goddamn thing. The matter now heads to the Senate, which almost will certainly vote to acquit Mayorkas, given the 2/3 or 7 senators would need to convict and remove the secretary, whose Democratic Party controls the upper chambers. Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not going to happen. This was really pointless. While all but a few House Republicans were united behind the impeachment push, several GOP senators have poured cold water on the effort. Kevin Cramer of New York, Dakota, a Trump ally, called it obviously dead on arrival and the worst, dumbest exercise and use of time. Agreed. Once the House impeachment managers transmit the articles to the Senate, it would be required to hold an impeachment trial. It's expected the articles would be quickly dismissed, or that the trial will be sent to a special committee that would hear the evidence from the impeachment managers and report it to the full Senate. The Senate is out of session, and as soon as it would take up the matter of impeachment would be after lawmakers return to Washington on February 26th. In a scathing statement reacting to the House vote, Homeland Secretary Department spokesperson Mia Herrenberg, pointing out that Mayorkas had been involved in bipartisan Senate negotiations to shore up the southern border. House Republicans remembered by history for trampling on the Constitution for political gain rather than working to solve the serious challenges at our border. Really? After what you Democrats are doing in Colorado, that you're trying to say, oh, you're trampling on the Constitution? No, they're not. They're well within the Constitution. What are you talking about? The House has the ability to impeach cabinet members. That's in the Constitution. That's not trampling on it. That's in it. While Secretary Mayorkas was helping a group of Republican and Democratic senators develop bipartisan solutions to strengthening border security and getting needed resources for enforcement. House representatives have wasted months with this baseless, unconstitutional impeachment, Edinburgh said. Also, you guys, Democrats did this a bunch during President Trump's years. Like, they impeached him twice over bullshit. Stop complaining. Now, was this dumb? Yeah, because it's not going to go anywhere. They're not going to end up impeaching this guy regardless. And this person keeps like, oh, he was helping a group of senators develop bipartisan solutions to strengthen border security. Okay, then why did he order his people to start cutting down razor wire that Texas put up? He could have been like, yeah, let's stop the flow a bit. Let me get some resources so we can build the border up. Let's do that. Yeah, Texas, help me out. I appreciate the help. Why didn't he do that? Okay, why didn't he do that? Texas was willing to do it themselves. They weren't charging the federal government. They were willingly doing it themselves. And Marcos could have been like, great, all right, cool. And then gone to the Senate, like, look, all right, we got a little band-aid going on. All right, we're stemming the bleeding. Texas is over there running razor wire. I've asked Arizona and California to do the same thing. But I need money to build this wall. We need to start building the wall again. I didn't hear him say any of this. I did see him try to, get very angry when Texas started to do their protect their border from South America or from Mexico, really. And Marcos threatening and following through with legal action against Texas for what they did. I remember seeing that. Without a shred of evidence or legitimate constitutional grounds, and despite bipartisan opposition, Republicans have falsely smeared a dedicated public servant who spent more than 20 years enforcing our laws and serving our country. Has he really? She continued, Secretary Marcos and the Department of Homeland Security will continue to work every day to keep Americans safe, but not Texans safe. Just as in other votes, House Republicans had little room for error Tuesday, given the razor-thin majority over the Democrats. Last week, a trio of impeachment warring Republicans, Ken Buck of Colorado, Tim McClintock, California, and Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin, teamed up with all Democrats to force a 215-215 tie, tanking the impeachment vote and delivering an embarrassing blow to Johnson, the Speaker, and his leadership. Those same three Republicans also voted no Tuesday as he faced blowback from his party. Gallagher said over the weekend that he will not seek re-election this fall. But Tuesday brought a different outcome, with Majority Leader Stephen Scalise, Republican LA, Louisiana, returning to Washington this week after undergoing treatment for blood cancer. Republicans were back at full strength. Still, there were concerns. Whip teams in both parties fretted about unexpected absences, especially with a major snowstorm bearing down on the Northeast, making travel to Washington difficult. Why do they need to travel to Washington? You're telling me they don't have computers they can set up and they can just live stream it? Like, there's none of that now. We don't have that technology. It's one of those days where you're tracking every flight, Scalise, who controls the floor schedule, said moments before the vote. GOP wanted to regroup and push forward now because of the potential impact of Tuesday's special election to replace George Santos, the expelled New York representative congressman. Democratic nominee, former Representative Tommy Scuzzi, defeated Republican Maisie Phillip and could be sworn in quickly. Republicans would lose only 2 GOP lawmakers on any vote. The Marcos impeachment would most likely be dead. And then I think Susie, whatever, Tom, he ended up being nominated. So he did win. Campaigned for Phillip on Long Island on Monday. GOP Congress Chair Ilse Stefanki, Republican New York, confidently predicted votes were there for impeachment. Yes, we will pass the impeachment, Marcos, Stefanki told NBC News. The vote came in the wake of a collapse of a rare bipartisan Senate deal that would impose tougher asylum and border policy, but Johnson and former President Trump expressed vocal opposition to agreement, saying it did not go far enough to stop illegal immigration. And Senate GOP leaders who had been involved in talks abandoned it soon after, punting any potential border legislation until well after the November election. And it's because it's a useless deal. Tougher asylum and border policies. Why do you need Congress? Like I don't understand why Congress would need to pass some sort of bill for you to be tougher on asylum and border policy when that's an executive thing. It's the executive executive branch's job to defend our border. So I don't see why we would need a Senate deal to do that. Biden can just go and say, look, like I can understand, hey, we need funds for that. Yeah, absolutely. I get that. But no, we're also sending like 60 million to Ukraine and like 20 to Israel. And we were only doing 10 to the border. But like Biden can be like, yeah, look, let's use these funds. Let's help Texas with razor wire. Let's ask us other states to help as well. Let's ask for funding for wall making, and try and use what money we do have to start work on the wall so we can prove this is where the money's going to go. They couldn't do any of that. They had to wait for some sort of Senate deal. I don't understand that. In an appearance Sunday on NBC's Meet the Press, Maricos dismissed the impeachment articles as baseless allegations and rejected the idea he bears responsibility for the overwhelming number of migrants illegally crossing the southern border. Yeah, you do actually, because you are the Secretary of Homeland Security. So yeah, you do bear responsibility. It certainly is a crisis. We do not bear responsibility for a broken system. We are doing a tremendous amount within the broken system, he said, but fundamentally, Congress is the only one who can fix it. No, you can fix it. You're the Secretary of the Homeland. You could fix it. You'd be like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're only accepting asylum seekers. Every illegal immigrant that is caught crossing the border will be sent back. There we go. Fixed. We're not going to hold them for trial. We're not going to, no, sending everyone back. And we're going to send any asylum seeker who did not come to a port of entry to seek asylum. We're going to send them back as well, as they are illegally crossing our border and breaking our laws. And you don't get to save yourself from that by requesting asylum. Fuck you. Go through a port of entry. GOP impeachment resolution, originally authored by far-right Representative Major Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia, cleared the Homeland Security Committee last month. It spells out 2 articles. First, accuses Maricos of willfully and systematically refusing to comply with federal immigration law. As a result, it says millions of aliens have illegally entered the United States on an annual basis, with many unlawful remaining in the United States. Now, you can't really I don't know. You can still blame him for them staying in the United States. No, I think he can entirely, because he could have done something. He could have asked for money, like, hey, I want to put ankle monitors on these illegal immigrants that we're releasing back into the states while we figure out their immigration status. I would like to do that. Give me funding for that. Never said anything like that. Second article says Maricos breached the public trust by making false statements to Congress and knowingly obstructing congressional oversight of the Homeland Security Department. But Maricos highlight remarks by key conservative figures blast an impeachment effort. Jonathan Turley, a legal scholar who was a GOP witness in Trump's first impeachment, says there is no current evidence that Maricos is corrupted or committing an impeachable offense, arguing that the case has not been made to impeach Alejandro Maricos. Same could have been said for Trump both times. And Alan Dershowitz, who was Trump's defense attorney during his first impeachment, declared that the Maricos has not committed bribery, treason, or high crimes and misdemeanors. The Republicans are impeaching based on partisan considerations. I agree. This doesn't do anything. This is really useless this is really, really fucking useless. Former Homeland Security Secretary Michael Chertoff wrote in a recent op-ed that in the Wall Street Journal titled "Don't Impeach Alejandro Mayorkas," as Homeland Security Secretary under President George W. Bush, and as a former federal judge, U.S. Attorney Assistant Attorney General, I can say with confidence that for all the investigation that the House Committee on Homeland Security has done, they failed to put forth evidence that meets the bar. I agree. Along with the impeachment vote, the House approved 11 GOP impeachment managers who will prosecute the case against Mayorkas in the Senate. They'll lose regardless. These are a name. I'm not going to read out the fucking names. So there we go. Yeah, look, this is just really fucking useless. This is all completely useless. 100%. There's no point to this. This isn't going to do anything for them. They're not going to impeach him. He's going to just keep going. Like, this is just fucking useless. This is pointless and useless. This was a complete job just to like, oh, look, let's gain political points. And it doesn't do a thing. It's really goddamn useless. So, like, all these impeachment trials are dumb and they're just for show. And they're not actually meant to do anything. And that irritates the shit out of me. All right. So, this next topic doesn't fill you with rage. Can you really call yourself an American? So, revealed. Biden admin diverts veteran affair resources to illegal immigrants. Senator Tuberville introduced legislation to limit the resources to only be used for vets. It's been revealed that the Biden administration has diverted resources from the Veterans Affairs Organization to help illegal immigrants around the country. Senator Tommy Tuberville, Republican of Alabama, reported on the matter with Fox Digital in an interview reported on Tuesday morning. Alabama senators recently introduced a bill titled the No VA Resources for Illegal Aliens Act in order to prevent it from happening again. Tuberville told the outlets they opened up care from doctors in these VA community care systems. The lines now in the VA are getting longer. Our funds are supposed to go to vets, are going to these illegal immigrants that are coming across. The VA told News Network earlier in December that they had an interagency agreement with ICE Health Service Corps, IHSC, since 2002 to assist with reimbursements using the VA's Financial Service Center process system when private providers take on medical care for illegal immigrants while they are at ICE detention center. Why doesn't fucking ICE take care of that? Under the agreement, ICE will pay the processing fees and will reimburse private providers. However, the resources used by the VA's Financial Service Center has likely gotten overloaded with massive amounts of illegal immigration that has been ongoing over the southern border. All right, so this it wasn't so goddamn crazy. And there was a smaller amount of illegal immigration going on. I see. All right, well, then that kind of makes sense. VA representatives told the outlet there is a history of backlog of medical claims that has resulted in vets getting bills they shouldn't be getting and having dissatisfied community care providers who are not getting paid in a timely manner. The senator was disappointed that the VA has not been able to care for the 19 million veterans across the country while the resources he mentioned have been diverted to help illegal immigrants that have been allowed into the U.S. amid the ongoing border crisis. Tuberville added in the interview, I think we got a great opportunity to get this, maybe not to a vote, but at least where we discuss it on the floor, where the American people start to understand it. So, I mean, doesn't that get you your blood boiled? That we're spending, we're giving more money over to we're providing more resources to freaking illegal immigrants than we are to this guy right here. So I've already done this video, but let's watch it again.
7 times over the course of the last 6 years, dude. The VA is
so while the VA does all this stuff for illegal immigrants, they're leaving this guy here, a veteran.
These doctors keep quitting, they keep switching. And then
See,
the one doctor that I really liked.
When I first saw this, I was like, all right, I don't understand why this guy's having so much trouble with the VA. Now, knowing that a lot of crap is going with the illegal immigrants, there's a backlog, providers aren't getting paid, so they're probably like, F this, I'm not doing this anymore because I'm not getting paid and I'm struggling to fucking survive. Now this is making a lot more sense.
Who talked me off of ledge the last time? I refused. I had a split because they fell out of network and then they came back into network. So I went the last 2 years dealing with my own demons myself and trying to hold it together. And then come to find out it's like May. It's like late May, and he denied taking my case back. April 12th, and I'm just finding out, dude. And now I gotta go back to some new doctor, and then I gotta open Pandora's box again because they're gonna want to know everything, and then I'm gonna have to live through work and do that for a month. I just want some continuity and care, dude. I'm getting so tired of it. I just want to be able to talk to the same person and have the same individual manage my goddamn meds. I've been off all my medications for 2 years. I've been doing it on my own, man. I'm just in white knuckle. I'm gripping. Jesus, I'm so tired of it. It's not a lot to ask. I just want to be able to talk to the same person and not continue to have to retell these fucking stories that torment me. I fucking get it now. I really do. I just want some continuity of fucking care.
Government.
So while we're sending money over letting while we're providing care for illegal immigrants who crossed our border and defied our laws, we are letting men like that guy down for the sake of a bunch of people who just we're letting people that served the country down while helping people that just want to break our country's laws. And we should really be ashamed. If this doesn't fill you with just absolute rage, can you really call yourself American? I've been asking this. You can watch this and not just be pure anger. Can you call yourself an American? I'd like to know. It's ridiculous. All right. Moving on. I'm sorry. I'm still just really pissed off about that we can, we divert money and, we get a backlog of VA shouldn't be doing this at all. I could understand the agreement made back when, it wasn't that bad and all that, but VA should be focusing entirely on the 19 million veterans in the country. We should be focusing solely on them. VA shouldn't be having anything else to deal with. Only our veterans. Find another place that can, deal with all this, but not the VA. Leave the VA alone. VA should not be touched by anyone at all, ever, and should solely focus on providing aid to our vets. If the ICE needs, help, they can hire some other people. But leave the VA alone. And that's that. The fact that we don't and we allow, just filled with so much anger right now. A poor man, and we're helping these fucking idiots who just want to, defy our laws. We're gonna help them. Fuck them. I don't care. All right, I don't care about legal immigrants. If you want to immigrate, do it legally. Cross the border legally, and I'll care about you. But if you're gonna cross the border illegally, It's because, oh, I want a better life. Well, boo-hoo, fuck you. Sucks. Life is hard. If you want a better life, work for it, earn your way into America. Don't cross it illegally. Fuck Biden for this shit, because ultimately it's his fucking fault. Okay. All right, let's listen to this. Apparently, Biden's refusing to do cognitive tests as part of his upcoming physical exam. First president to do so. Let's listen.
Does the White House think that the idea of the president taking a cognition test, a cognitive test, as a part of this physical is a legitimate idea, particularly just on the heels of the special counsel report, more polling, as my colleague Selena just mentioned, showing that many American people have concerns about that?
Look, I got this question last week as well, and I'm just going to say what Dr. O'Connor, it's kind of what he said to me about a year ago when the report came out last year, obviously on his physical, which is the president proves every day how he operates, how he thinks. Right?
I agree. He does prove every day how he operates, how he thinks, and it's not good. It's not good. So it's not a good answer, lady.
By dealing with world leaders,
by forgetting who those world leaders are and thinking they're dead world leaders. Okay.
Really difficult decisions on behalf of the American people, whether it's domestic, whether it's national security. And so he shows it every day on how he thinks, how he operates. And so
it's not comforting.
That is how Dr. O'Connor sees it. And that's how I'm going to leave it.
What do you think about the idea of taking that kind of a test?
I believe, for me, you're asking me my personal opinion, he is sharp. He is on top of things.
He's not.
We have meetings with him, with his staff. He's constantly pushing us, trying to get more information.
This is the same dude. The guy they're talking about is the same dude who didn't know when his son died and couldn't remember when he was vice president and when he left office. That's extremely concerning for the American people. Don't tell us he's sharp, because he's fucking not. And that report that just came out, that he was too mentally incompetent to stand trial, is just proving that, yeah, he's not mentally competent. It doesn't matter what you say. We have been just shown that he's incompetent. He's so mentally unfit, he can't even stand trial. You know how hard it is to get someone to be declared mentally unfit to stand trial? And you know what we normally do with people who are declared mentally unfit to stand trial? We send them to a fucking hospital to be taken care of. That's what we normally do with people.
And so that has been my experience with this president. Anything else outside of that? I just shared with you what Dr. O'Connor said to me, and so I'll just leave it.
How about this? Have him do a cognitive test and prove us all fucking wrong. Like, this would be a very simple thing. Like, you could you know how easy it would be just for him to take a cognitive test and be like, boom, bitches, look, I've been declared extremely cognitive. Would lay a bunch of issues to rest for him. But he won't do it because he knows he's not going to pass, no matter who they try to buy into lying. And that's what it is. This is so simple. Just take a cognitive test and prove to us. Dr. O'Connor, yeah, okay, sure. I'm trusting someone who says, oh yeah, he's real mentally sharp. About the same guy who couldn't remember when he was vice president, when he left office, and when his son died, okay? Through very significant times in his life. He couldn't remember that. I don't care how long it was ago. He couldn't remember that. That's a big issue. Okay, and we're taking out the fact that he confuses dead world leaders with alive ones. We're not talking about, his seeming confused a bunch of times, having to be like kind of guided around like a child. We're not talking about that. It's ridiculous. Cognitive tests should be mandatory for all presidents during a physical. I don't care who you are. Same with Trump. All right. So apparently this teen has been arrested for and facing federal felony charges of criminal mischief and reckless driving after he drove over an LGBTQ mural painted on the street. And yeah, so let's see. See what this guy did wrong. So there you go. He did a burnout. Oh, man. You know how many burnouts I see all the fucking time? And these fucking, that one chick. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What's going? Oh, my God. What's going? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's not the first time this happened. 22-year-old man pled guilty in 2022 for doing basically the exact same thing. So I'm sure this guy, he's a 19-year-old, he'll plead guilty and probably have the same issue. This is dumb. We're charging this guy for doing a burnout on a street mural. If he crashed anything, all right, cool. Like, this just proves that the rainbow people like just own everywhere, even in fucking Florida, where the "Don't Say Gay" bill was enacted. Even in Florida, you'll still get in trouble just because you had a little fun and burned out on the Pride mural. Again, you know how many fucking times I see burnouts all the fucking time? It's so common. I've seen it done in front of cops. They don't do shit. It's not that big a deal. If he had crashed, okay, then we can talk about it. But he didn't crash. He didn't hurt anyone. He just slightly ruined a mural that probably will take a few pressure washing and be good to go. That's all he did. So dumb. So dumb that, oh, that's so terrible. Whatever, guys. I'm so angry now. The VA thing really pissed me off, honestly. And I'm really pissed off and annoyed. So, anyways, if you guys like the video, make sure you give it a like. Give me a follow. Make sure you follow me because I'm so important, people. I'm a very important person. But yeah, like, follow. What else am I thinking of? Like, follow, love me, hold me, never leave me. No. But yeah. So again, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you give it a like. But I hope if anything, you just feel the rage that I felt of the VA being diverted to help illegal immigrants. Fuck them. Okay, fuck illegal immigrants. Go fuck yourselves. That's what I got to say about you. I don't care. I don't care. Okay. Not when it comes to our vets. We ask them to go and do their damnedest to try and protect the American people. We send them to war. We destroy their mental lives, and then when they need us most, we don't fucking help them. Doesn't that piss you off? It pisses me off. Doesn't it piss you off? Shouldn't it piss you off? Really should. But, all right. I'm gonna go and take my daughter to the gym, and it's Valentine's Day, so I'm gonna stop at Costco and get my wife some flowers because she likes Costco flowers. And I gotta stop and get her some candy. So hope you have a good day. Peace out, and see you later. Have a good. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day to anyone who celebrates that crap. All right.